$153 for head. 01 stands part of the schedule. Does any member wish to comment on this head? The relevant pages for your reference on page 3 of the bill. Any comments on that head? Thank you, Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Lo, that fella head under Solomon Islands Electoral Commission. Miherem law today, I think Attorney General in his remarks, I may tell him by no any registration this year or something also. So what I want to know is what now government policy lawyer. It seems to me that this activity has now taken the back burner, but I'm asking about what now policy going forward. It would be really very important that registration as required by the law, that you may continue law. Mr. Chairman, Aoke come before the committee, electoral commission, CEO, tell him we will plan for doing registration. But now, in Blue Colson, they said this might not happen. So I would want to like for clarification on my line. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Honourable colleague for Small Malaita, Chairman of the House Committee, for that question. Yes, we understand from the Electoral Commission, they still have some post-election activities continuing in the provinces. So they will not be able to start off attempting for registration to happen in the provinces or to set up registration offices this year, but they intend to do that next year. So that's the understanding and what we will get them from the Chief Electoral Officer or the Electoral Commission. So that activity, in terms of registration, that process will resume or will start next year in the provinces. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So just a follow-up. If the Prime Ministers have informed committee no more, so what now for what are doing this year? What now Electoral Commission for doing this for year? Because they need to establish these offices throughout the country. But have they got funding or resources for doing, or got to have well and finish? So, thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Honourable Member. They will carry on, or they will do some preparatory activities this year. Preparatory activities will continue. I don't have the details of what sort of preparatory activities. But from the office, what we have been informed that preparatory activities for the registration process for next year, they will continue to do that this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further comments on that head? Otherwise, now let me put a question. The question is that the sum of $57,991,853 for head 01 stand part of the schedule. Those in favour say aye. Against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The sum of $57,991,853 for head 01 now stand part of the schedule. Next head for consideration is head 08, Office of the Governor General. The question is that the sum of $14,400,920 for head 08 stand part of the schedule. Any comment on that head? Thank you. If there's none, I'm going to put a question. The question is that the sum of $14,400,920 for head 08 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, say aye. Those against, say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. the sum of $14,400,920 for head 08 now stand part of the schedule. Head 14, Office of the Prime Minister and Cabinet. The question is that the sum of $143,316,952 for head 14 stands part of the schedule. Does any member wish to comment on this head? Thank you, Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Lotus all head now. Stuck a lot of ministries, or what have to give up. Selling block or come that fella 7.1 million or nearly 7.2 supplementation this year him for conference and seminars. If the Prime Minister him is explaining what kind of conferences now, he will plan for making here. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank the honourable member for his question. Yes, the 7.194, $7,194,117. That caters for PM's travel, both domestic and overseas travel engagement for the remainder of this year. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Honourable Leader of Opposition.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Longo narration me say National Hosting Authority legacy and maintenance. So, me like sa hamasna for National Hosting Authority legacy, yeah? And then hamasna for maintenance and maintenance below one. Thank you.
The Honourable Minister, Prime Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. Let me thank the Leader of Opposition for that question. There is a total allocation of $35,500,000 under the inside law head here. $20,500,000 will cater for the NHA commitments for legacy activities, initiatives. The other 15 million will be transferred to the National Sports Council, and that will be used for a number of activities, including maintenance costs, a lot of facilities, including the National Stadium, the Aquatic Center, the Friendship Hall, the Tennis Center, East End Track and Field, the East End Hockey Pitch, the DC Park Water Sports Center. And of course, it will also be used to pay for electricity bills for the facilities at time water and them over, and salaries for the staff were transferred to the National Sports Council, maintenance team, and even event management team until the end of this year. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Honourable Leader of Opposition.
Yeah, thank you. Just so further clarity, no more. I'm assuming this for legacy house law Ranandi. Meeting say government by finished last year or something before the games itself. So the additional 20 million, for completing that purchase, or any other assets more additional to the already paid for legacy house here. And secondly, with regards to maintenance log at the main stadium facilities here, I was under the impression, I don't know how I got that impression, but that we'll get a PRC now by pay for him for first 2 years or look after him or something also. So any cost sharing on this one or no, for confirmation, and thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Leader of Opposition. Yes, in terms of the legacy house that has been purchased, but there are renovation work that is going on at the moment in terms of some reconfiguration inside the house here for fitting now at specifications from various sporting federations who are about to move in. There is also work in terms of installation of solar lighting. So that will be covered also under this allocation, but the house has been purchased as you questioned. In terms of the maintenance, yes, PRC will assist in terms of maintenance up until sometimes next year, I think mid next year also. But meanwhile, some of these facilities need maintenance now, ongoing maintenance, of course, electricity costs also. So this is where part of the allocations by also go towards SSIG's contribution towards the maintenance of those facilities. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister. Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you. Me want to go back more on this fella responsible Prime Minister in terms of that fella legacy house. For Prime Minister, I'm confirming no more this one. I'm led to believe that fella legacy house, one fella building will belong or used to belong to a Chinese somewhere or Ranandi or behind Lotongs. And if so, what may be planned for doing a legacy house here? Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Honourable Member, Small Malaita. Yes, that's the building, Bentong's house. We are renovating the facility, installing solar equipment. What we plan to do is different sporting federations will be moving in there. At the moment, most of the sporting federations, they don't have a home, no government office or space also. So it will accommodate a good number of the sporting federations. I think only 2 sporting federations, no matter one government office here for operate. The rest, no more. So that will be the purpose of that house. So once the renovations are done and the installations of solar and other equipment are done, then they will move in. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Sorry, Chair of Public Accounts Committee, MP for Central Honiara.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Survey 22401 conference, seminars and workshop there. I think this must be in relation to Constitutional Congress or Constituency Assembly or to the constitutional amendment that was made last year. If so, what are the various programs that envisaged the year, and what would be the costing below every aspect of that work here, the Constituency Assembly? Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and let me thank the Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee and the member for Central Honiara for that important question. Yes, the preparations for the Constituent Assembly meeting, the funding for that covered was at 14 sub-item 101 307 000 for zeros. 22401 conferences, seminars and workshop, allocation of 1.7 million. So that will go towards the Constituency Assembly meeting preparations. There is some breakdowns there in terms of the travels, accommodation, catering, hiring of venue, transportation, and of course of the workshop stationaries and allowances and all that. So that one number have covered 1.7 million. So that's, yeah, you are right, for the Constituent Assembly meeting, which Parliament has mandated. It has to happen this year. So the Constitutional Reform Unit are now working on these arrangements, and once funding come through, they will facilitate all the arrangements for the Constituent Assembly meeting before the end of this year. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister. Honourable Leader of Opposition.
Thank you, sir. Me like for proposing amendment here, Mr. Chairman. Lord, this fella had there 14. What no process for doing? This one legacy house 20 million. You know me like for you half them and put them 10 million lo and go low. additional supplementary longo recurrent untuk lo mersin ya 15 plus 20, 25 million extra golo mersin. Mr. Chairman. How do I do this?
Zoning Order 65-1 requires you to give 1 day notice.
Uy, my. Ini bakar apa na eh? So cannot do any amendment in committee?
Yeah.
Huh?
Not under this consideration currently.
Saya beli mailah ko transport bang em gono. Yeah.
Thank you. Any other comments? Otherwise, I'll not. Sorry, PAC Chair, you have the floor again.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, 22401, but first one, still conference, seminars and workshop. I understand Prime Minister is just about to travel to attend FIP, Pacific Island Forum. And I think yesterday he said something to be part of the leaders in the region to shape him regional approach, and in particular, I think Sila Blue Pacific narratives. Yeah, awesome. Prime Minister, can I just ask, what are we bringing to that conversation? What are the national programs that we are going to share with our regional leaders along Blue Ocean or Blue Continent conversation? Any practical program that you, Migaremlo, Solomon, that we are going to bring to them? New one, maybe. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and let me thank the Chairman and the Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee and the Honourable Member for Central Bunera for that important question. Yes, as I've said, that allocation, 7.1 plus million, caters not only for overseas travel, mandated overseas travel, but also domestic travel, like second appointed travel there. In terms of overseas travel, the remaining ones for this year, of course, is the Pacific Islands Forum Leaders meeting of Tonga, the UNGA, plus the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. Now, I will say a bit more when I move the motion of special adjournment later today in terms of the importance of this year's forum in Tonga, in terms of the issues that are before the leaders. But the Chairman has raised a number of important issues in terms of the 2050 strategy for the Blue Pacific, which is the framework with which all the countries in the forum, and of course, the framework with which we are asking our European partners to align their programs and policies. There are important issues, agenda items over there, were critical for small island countries, including Solomon Islands. We all know the ongoing importance of climate change and sea level rise affecting all the communities. The issues of adaptation and mitigation, and the Chairman is well aware of the importance of these issues. Fisheries, also very, very important consideration there. So as the issue of the discharge of the Alps treated water, we have a strong position and view on this as well. So it's important that we continue to defend, stress our positions on these very important matters, but to also be part of the consensus in terms of going forward. How do we address these issues? It's not easy for a single country alone to address these issues. That is why it's important for us to be part of the region in terms of these issues going forward. The issue of NCDs is also an important challenge and will also be addressed at the forum, so as what is going on in New Caledonia in terms of the civil disorder law there. So that's some of the important agenda items that we'll discuss. But the 2050 strategy provides a framework. There are a number of focal points that the Chairman is well aware of, including law environment, climate change, and other areas that are very relevant for Solomon Islands, and of course any other forum member country for that matter. I thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister. Honourable MP for Small Malaitan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. But our concern no more lo here this fella over the transfers where we come from other ministries, but lo selen where we come now from other ministries and reallocated to the Prime Minister's office, and especially long this was 35.5 million where we subventions and grant. I understand this selen will be divided or given to various people, also NHA, NSC, and various other costs long to do with the Pacific Games. But it time when the officials come look him PAC, Mr. Chairman, it seems to me lo tok lo start something in Stabiet, yeah. And me worry no ma. What tell him walk a lot drainage lo Burns Creek, yeah. No something yet. That fall drains a little bit rain no more. I'm cut him off. Me follow from west side now. This clinic to be handed over to SDA no more yet. You know so where we are one house or walk him load there. Me looking for track to call him NBSI health what here? NBSI health services. This one know the lawyer take him selling from NBSI for go start him. Feel for replacing King George no more yet. What by subdivide him some of the land on top for give him between NHA and NSC. What something no more yet, Mr. Chairman. So question below me, well, really me no sabe. You mean got him in law this one or law side law selen and wakaya. Like him Prime Minister, he put him house at not at peace, but maybe understanding good. No timi go sem logo totoro selen lo sandi way bahem go no finish. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, the Honourable Chairman of the House Committee and the MP for a small, very important question. Yes, the 35,500,000, 20,500,000 will be for NHA commitments for legacy, and the 15 million to be transferred to the National Sports Council. In terms of the 20,500,000, the breakdown will be as follows. 3.5 million for complete fencing of the National Hosting Authority as well as the National Sports Council land to be subdivided for government ministries, an upgrade of drainage at Ben's Creek. I think that's a point that he has raised to prevent flooding of the land to be subdivided. About another 3.5 million for completion of upgrade of sports legacy house, as I referred to earlier, installation of solar air conditioning, and also completion of clinic to be handed over to the SDA church, Ben's Creek. Another 4.5 million for settlement of outstanding sum to be paid to the company Red Sheet. We have to provide him now. We've got 136 units, double wall 300-litre toilets, 18 units of disabled handicap toilet showers, 45 units of portable double wall showers, 4 times 20 feet container of ablution shower blocks, 4 times 20 feet container of ablution toilet blocks, as well as 1 times 5,000 liters water tank truck, and 2 5,000 liter tank sewage trucks for legacy program. 1 million for replacement field at KG6 school. Another 1 million for rectification of isolation switches for all aircon units within the Sports City precinct. Another 1 million for subdivision of NHA and NC land for government. I think I've made references to this earlier. Not a boreholes inside Onera City Council community fields. and another 6 million bahem go as part of the salary cost for the SINIS, Solomon Islands National Institute of Sport staff. So that's the breakdown of the 20,500,000. And the 15 million transferred to National Sports Council, as I've said, contribute to the maintenance costs for transferred facilities, including those facilities that I have mentioned earlier, paying water electricity bills for the facilities that will be handed over from the NHA, as well as salaries for the staff transferred to National Sports Council under the management team, events management team until December 2024, and meet the cost for operation, programs, and maintenance below SINIS until December 2024. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister. Any further comments, Honourable Peter Officer?
Yeah, thank you. So, let's have so National Sports Council and under law PMO and law Home Affairs. Thank you.
Thank you. Without there are no further comments, I will now put the question. Sorry, Honourable MP for. Okay. Sorry.
Thank you, Chairman. The National Sports Council is under Home Affairs. The National Hosting Authority is under Prime Minister's Office. So the handover of these facilities will be from the NHA to the National Sports Council. The Legacy House will be handed from the NHA to the National Olympic Council, NOCSI.
Thank you.
But so, Chairman, so in terms of allocation for Golo Sports Council, wouldn't it be more appropriate for me go under the Ministry Law, Home Affairs? Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. The National Sports Council comes under the Ministry of Home Affairs. The allocations are specifically to SP Games, Pacific Games related expenses and facilities by National Sports Council, not by take care of. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable MP for East Arare.
Thank you, Chair. And thank you to Prime Minister. Just on the electricity, I note that the explanation in terms of the breakdown, I'm including already some for electricity kind of costs, but then electricity seleva, look there, page 15, 22651, supplementary estimate, almost 100% increase. Look there, this for electricity for which building or which office, or and why now almost 100% increase for revised estimates? Thanks.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. Let me thank the leader of the independent group and MP for Isarare for that question. That allocation for electricity, the sub item 101-300-000 for the zeros 22651 electricity, about 1 million. Due to SIA's assessment of power consumption in late 2023, the OPMC's electricity bill had increased from below 70,000 per month to now about 250,000 per month. And this bill includes electricity bills paid by OPMC for offices located outside of the OPMC headquarters, such as the Leadership Board Commission, the Parliamentary Entitlements Commission, CICAC, and the former Prime Ministers too, electricity bills blogata, and pension entitlements blogata. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, and we comment, Honourable Chairman PAC.
Yes, small one, Chairman. This is about renovation of office must be this legacy house now. Renovation. If just correct me no more. I understand that this building was bought last year, 34 million, and then we are now will be renovating it with some 20 million. That's almost about 60% long the total value now. So it must be a really run-down building now. You mean by me, then we'll call it legacy. And just to close normal of this note, you don't need to respond, Prime Minister. Is the stadium not enough as a legacy? Then you go choose him now, one ball building outside here for him legacy. Then when you know, understanding good law. But anyway, Prime Minister, that's it's a matter no more just for concern. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. I thank the Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee and the MP for his central honor. I think, Chairman, it's important that we respond, although we say, asking when we respond, but the Legacy House is a legacy in the sense that, as I've said earlier, at the moment what sporting federations below you mean, what Nogarem, what places below of offices below there. But as part of the Pacific Games happened 2 weeks and finished now. But we would like to leave some legacies behind, and one fall now, what sporting federations playing. Sinu, I think, is the biggest recipient of the Pacific Games, 3 dormitories built, additional buildings. What other areas where Mitalam come is a part of the legacy. So the for the sporting federations, this will be for the first time what Agarem what offices belong to. So that's why I'm part of the legacy of the Pacific Games. No, not the whole 20,500,000 no, but renovation legacy house here. Breakdown blame na, me give him come here. Me give him come already. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Last one, number from member Small Malaita, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, this one. Time out to tell me one legacy house meeting, some special house on evil walking long way. Yeah. So, me look at him, I could tell him, oh, him house Loranadi. So, that fellow title, that fellow expressing, no, me also a little bit chocolate legacy house. So, it must be a special house, or 10 times out to tell him, have no location to him, and I happen to go and go visit him. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, me leave him go. Question below me, or Prime Minister, for him, answer him. There was a question raised, law NHA. What time number you will finish? I think question where opposition leader asked him earlier today. They not say, by me will making one report come to Parliament, yeah? Prime Minister, what time not? On this will report him, me expect him for come to Parliament. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chairman House Committee and MP for Small Malaita. Are you asking about the audit report or which report? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Minusa whether him by audit report or what kind of report, because the question was asked, what time NHA by finish? So what tell him, time he will finish him report and he will consider. So maybe an auditor's report or one of other report, or you know by tell him come to committee which report. Now you expect him to take him come make him conclude him NHA. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Honourable Member, for that question. Yes, it's the audit report as to when the NHA will wind up before the end of the year. So as part of its winding up, no other activities have when completing good before him hand over law, National Sports Council or the communities where about receiving some of these facilities, for example, the clinic. So hopefully the audit report by him ready as soon as practicable. AG Chambers, Auditor General's Chambers, as I've said earlier, is working on that. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister. And with that comment, I will now put the question. The question is at the sum of $143,316,952 for head 14 stands part of the schedule. All those in favour say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The sum of $143,316,952 for head 14 now stand part of the schedule. Next head is head 16, Ministry of Police, National Security and Correctional Services. The question is that the sum of $351,882,431 for head 16 stand part of the schedule. Any member wish to comment on this head before I put the question? Thank you. Honourable MP for Central Honiara and Chairman of PAC.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, for Minister, I'm just telling him what now the arrangement in settling over the claims here, or the ex gratia claims here. It seems this matter him keep appear every time no moment. Every new government him come was him. This request seems to surface every now and then, meaning that everybody seems, or those that have claims in this respect, have always been running to the discretion of those in power to be able to get something out of it. We have recommended some recommendation over there, and that is that maybe what you should do now, you mean him police act for stamp so that the government can be indemnified, from future claims. Once you may do him, it becomes final now, also. And then you may avoid him claims here for him to come back again, also. One other thing, Longaman, not this one, would be interesting to get a response from the minister. We need to put some finality to this claim. You may everyone will lead him government the past year. We are always being faced with this claim. But I'm continue more. This one blow one him no the police, I think, serving at the border. But what about what other government offices too? Border enforcement, quarantine, immigration, and then next one by our community too. There's nothing stopping over there. Every community, the borders, coming up with requests. Member Bolsodland there, Northwest Cheshire there too, and so forth. I'm sure they've been having, some concerns from their communities about the disturbance that, this situation across the border and affecting lives of people abroad. And rightly so, they need to express those concerns. So, but in particular for the policy and more, I think we need to have some amendment to the law so that, we can bring it to some end, I must say. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Honourable Minister, Dr. Closer.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, MP for Central Honiara for raising question. And I think the question also come with him recommendation. And so, in terms of the first part of the question is to how na or what na by budget here he paid for, I guess, law report blow PAC and well caption too, the intention of what the payment for is he purposely for payment of a number of officers who have been served law specified period when provided law report or we no been receiving now or outstanding claim of 2015 and 16. And so details is that we have first group have deployed officers under the Solomon Island PNG border operation order. We have 12 officers loaded one, and second category officers posted Lotaro, Korovu, and including what we are also providing VIP protection, and me understanding this one from information that me Garen close protection to the Governor General then law border. So the amount maybe for that purpose. Okay, in terms of the recommendation as far as policy and our existing law whereby relevant law payment of compensation. I have noted the recommendation and give him instruction that we'll look directly into the existing law pertaining how you may deal with him with compensation, and me agree that we must not only be reactive in terms of time something happened before you may come up and then make a decision, and that will be part of the overall legislative review undertaken by ministry for looking that we must have a law that not only addressing past but also present and future. And I guess that's a challenge that ministry will be focusing in. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Question Blumim in two parts. First, how many officers here? What officers were several time Bougainville crisis here? Everyone live here. I'm not first part of question. Second part of question Blumia. I was just wondering whether officers where serve law locations and environments where any dangerous also law there along a border or other dangerous locations and environment. Is there anything inside law that contracts or payments where normal payment blow for you may recognize him that fellow risk where they can make him you may not come ask for him inside law pay blow no. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, MP for Small Malaita for the question. Number one is to questions of Aoke life it or everyone life it or no more. Some Aoke pass away finish. Others Aoke still stay. Okay, I think your second question is related to the point were raised by Chairman of the PAC in terms of how we are addressing now the issues of going into the future. And I think from policy perspective, block government, you may by really need for look so that we comprehensively address that issue by, if I'm required for legislative review, we will do that, or amendment to current law, and something that I have given instruction for officials to work on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable MP for Langalanga.
Yeah, thank you. I would encourage the minister. Must work along now. This issue is no new issue. In long time Chairman of PAC and Prime Minister raising this one too. Time Chairman of House Committee Prime Minister raising too. Same answer to what give him come. Oh, you must look them. Time Finance Minister and Prime Minister he raising too. Yeah, by me work them no make him you may not entertain him or get claims will come. So my encouragement to you now you do him now. So get money tell him what do more not do him. Then you may end up also. So it's going to be a recurring issue for us. Otherwise, we are always bowing down to the loudest voices, and you miss out now. So there are some in our communities where I would like to find them easy too much to take from government. Time over to applying pressure. So it's either in their scheme of service or in the law or something. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable MP for Isarare.
Thank you, Chair. Just a quick one no more. Just like for picking up again, thank you, Minister. The numbers here no more, we hear them time you respond to Central Honiara. 12 fala individuals na payment go for him. Numbers na me ask him how many officers or former officers na me by look survey recognizing all that. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Yes, thank you, Chairman, and thank you, leader of the independent group. there are two categories. And so the 12 I referred to, although category 1 were deployed officers under the Solomon Island PNG border operation, or dana that one, and na 12 fala. Second category na officers posted in Taro, Korovo, and VIP protection, where our understanding is that where staff within Governor General then, Losotlan. Na, you began around 83. So in total, 95. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Any other questions? Otherwise, I'll even up with the question. The question is that the sum of $351,882,431 for head 16 stand part of the schedule. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. Ayes have it. The sum of $351,882,431 for head 16 now stand part of the schedule. Next head is head 23, the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources. Question is that the sum of $32,566,213 for head 23 stand part of the schedule. Does any member wish to comment or any comment on this head? Thank you, Honourable MP for Are at the leader of the independent group.
Thank you, Chair. Just to ask what now particular purpose for this one, we note in the report the PAC talk about transportation. Is this the transportation support mentioned inside the PAC report or something else? Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This one is for supporting the seaweed farmers. Let me involve in a number of activities here at the Dream. This funds for farming and drying of and harvesting materials, but also go to printing and of data form, construction and maintenance of warehouse storage houses, construction and maintenance of drying tables, trainings, scoping and site visits, logistics, printing of training materials and monthly sites visits. So it is in fact in total $7 million. Page 26 there is also allocation there, the same head, but I mean appeal to follow. 7 million in total. Transportation, it's an issue of raising. Mr. Chairman, one big problem that what farmers believe me, so ministry look long how now for addressing that one. They might need to work within the private sector for maybe acquiring a boat or something or something. So we need to work within the private sector for doing. There is somebody who's actually actively involved with him the farmers here. Mr. Chairman, this is one policy what identify is, of course, transportation is something that the ministry will look very closely with that one.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable MP for Mr. Are.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Minister, for those explanations. In terms of the farmers, seaweed Mopala Association, I suppose, how many now, if I got them inside that fella association, and from which part of the country? You may everyone inside? Or thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In fact, this is a growing interest. Startup people believe me involved with him. In terms of breakdown of where they are, Mr. Chairman, I said 478 registered farmers, everyone. breakdown below now. So Choice 320 farmers. Western 462. Actually registered 470, but of course 1,200 farmers. Well, then it is growing every day almost. And a breakdown them now, same here. Malaita 28 farmers, so by a little bit big up there. All the lagoons there are good for seaweed farming, Mr. Chairman. Is about 60 farmers, Temotu 15 farmers, Central Province 30 farmers. But in terms of commercial site, Mr. Chairman, there are eight commercial site, and what they're reaching that level, production of 2,000 tons per month. Nalo Wagenalo Choice Province, Raruman, Western Province, Shortland Islands, Western, Manova, Lo Malaita, Rasool Islands, Lo Central Province, Marau, Agora Canal, and Kielo Isabel, and one of Western Province, Mr. Chairman. And our new sites, you may look have more, Mr. Chairman, we're interested in Kakam now. Yes, Lo Lodahau, Lo Malaita, 2 Wolo Temotu, 3 Sister Makira, Sandfly Gela, Chumikopi, Lo Western Province, and Sagaragi on the Western Province. So the interest is growing, Mr. Chairman, of this very promising industry.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable MP for Small Malay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, I mean, it's a growing industry and really fast, grow fast, yeah. That one now, I think, point where ministry will need to nurture, guide them, a little bit direction, good law, because no good here and farmers now by subvention here, you are patang man lo coconut come to because some man not by some and this fella thing no san yosem lo coconut way if you no sell him you go hit the kind normal house. So it will need some guidance and baraba stop close lo him. This is what me like for urgent ministry for doing. But question blomilo this whole title below selenia subventions and grants. What now ministry by doing him by giving law or the farmers or people by apply for him, or how do we identify farmers also or the real farmer too, and then how to support them. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As we told him first time, where this fellow, or what by him doing, and list him companies. I think the question directly said how number him administering these things and who by him go him. There are two groupings level. Some what were really established finish. Mr. Chairman, the ministry. As much as possible, would like to see that these things is sustainable, so you cannot continue for feeding forever, everyone. Also, so the government, the ministry will be actively involved with the new one, when they come on for involved in seaweed farming. That's where by me assist him Okata, and by way of Okata things that the list him come here, water materials and also. So that's how it will be administered. So.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Let me now put the question. The question is that the sum of $32,566,213 for head 23 stand part of the schedule. All those in favour say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The sum of $32,566,213 for head 23 now stand part of the schedule. On the total recurrent variation, it is proposed that the total recurrent variation of $600,158,369 stand part of the schedule. Does any member wish to comment on this total? I take it there is none, and I will therefore put the question. The question is that the total recurrent variation of $600,158,369 stand part of the schedule. All those in favor say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The total recurrent variation of $600,158,369 therefore stand part of the schedule. We move next to the development expenditure, and we begin with Head 05, Ministry of Education and Human Resources Development. The question is that the sum of $46,900,000 for Head 05 stand part of the schedule. Does any member wish to comment on this head before I put the question? The details of this head for the purpose of this committee is on page 17 of the bill. Thank you, Honourable Leader of Opposition.
Yeah, thank you. Just for Minister Henry, informing committee where this fella 20 million by come out from. I'm affecting which subheads. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
All right, thank you, Chairman, and also thank you, Opposition Leader, Minister for a member for Aoke Langalanga. That fund come from the Sinu Infrastructure Fund for infrastructure. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. Honourable Leader of Opposition, supplementary question.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Just for follow-up, that one no more. So how much left long or senior infrastructure fund after you're out in 20 million, yeah? And what impact does that have on Ogata infrastructure development programs, Bloketa? Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Member for Aoke Langalanga. It is whatever I'm left after you may give him away 20 million, hem 28,980,000. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Me understanding that normal annual subvention belong government and where should go all Sinu for infrastructure development and 50 million. Yeah. This is why we had an original budget almost 49 million. So why now you let them go this one, Minister? Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Member for Small Malaita. Currently, there are rollover projects where we keep rolling on, yes? So Sinu are working on that, and we are working together with them, and we are still waiting for the progressive report where Baham come from Ogata Sinu so that we will continue to these funds to them. So that's what the measure the ministry is taking on while addressing the infrastructure development of Sinu. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable MP for Small Malaita again.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. May this explanatory note also priority. I know me autumn no more this note education is no longer seen no priority blow. No one seems to me. But Minister, I mean Chairman, Minister, me like for Save, are you saying Sinu or no capacity blogger for implementing development infrastructure program blogger or no Save cope? In other words, Selen you give him go or no sabe implement him normal or program block at that? Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Wonderful Small Malita. I would say your point is correct. We are working with them to at least that money when the ministry gives to them is also used for its intended purpose. So we are continuing to liaise with SINU to operationalize infrastructure development. So the money that can go out this way, yes, it is our priority, and we will look at recovering this one in our future as we go along to recover this project. So we have no really lose here. Come back. How many things will come back later, maybe next year to recover it. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable before Aoke Langalanga, Leader of Opposition.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. So second part of earlier question, Lumina. So 20 million here in the ministry's estimate. Perhaps ministry thinking, 3-4 months left here by 20 million or what no spending. So move go make them no idol on other ministries. That may be the justification. So second part of my earlier question was which projects lo sinuna am affected by this one? Or get no starting project yet, or not even go through procurements yet. So by the time we do them next year now we do fresh procurements. But if we would start them somehow finish and halfway or third of the way or so, then this one may out more but might affect them out for a little bit clarification. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Yeah, thank you. Member for Small Malita and Opposition Leader. These are ongoing projects where we are going to support and it still fall within the budget. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Leader.
Thank you. Members confusing me now, Mr. Chairman. What me like for Sally is that time you me out him 20 million here, him got him zero impact. Lo any infrastructure development projects below senior. Waka no stop or get halfway or get wait for next year or kind something or so. Especially for get projects where I'm already comments or get contract finished for him. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Opposition Leader and Member for Aoke Langalanga. There are ongoing hospitality projects where I'm ongoing like Kukum Library Extension, Student Center Complex, Faculty of Business and Tourism, maintenance of staff houses. And these are all ongoing projects where we keep supporting it. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable MP for Small Malita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Minister, let me tell him or something also. 20 million I mean losing by recouping back more or words to that effect. Can the minister assure the committee you may by recouping how Lolo Blomia, you may out him and give him go. In fact, this one him go for office of Prime Minister, yeah? This one, yeah. How now by you take him come back more? You buy safe law anywhere now for you give him go losino? Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Member for Small Malita. The anticipation for our ministry is we will recuperate, take him back this one, and hopefully in our next budget, but if I put him come through law as part of our budget to recover these funds. Thank you.
Thank you. If there are no further comments, sorry, Honourable MP for.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just follow up on all of that one so that you may just, at least, nail him down, not this time. That recouping means that next year it will double. Are we looking forward to that in the next budget so that you may double him? Or with the existing commitment that we have, which is maybe 50 million per annum grant to Sinuia, next year it will be 70 million. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Chairman?
The Minister.
Thank you, Member for Central Honiara. Correct.
Thank you, Honourable MP for Small Malita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Me thank him, Minister, for his assurance that by double for go back normal or normal supplementation. But Mr. Chairman, for this time, me wanted talem longo you know ma him a little bit hard for me support him this one deduction lawyer. Thank you.
Thank you. And with that comment, let me put a question. The question is that the sum of $46,900,000 for head 05 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The sum of $46,900,000 for head 05 therefore now stand part of the schedule. Next head is head 09, Ministry of Health and Medical Services. The question is that the sum of $37,200,000 for head 09 stands part of the schedule. Does any member wish to comment on this head? If I put a question. Thank you, Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Lord. Head 09, Ministry of Health and Medical Services. Sir, longo, this one again government priority or reprioritization. But for health, sir, me also thinking below me what kind priority? No, we need more health there. We take him out $2.8 million long him for go. Especially him going to Malo Prime Minister's expenditures, we may look him earlier. Mr. Chairman, me like for Sabe. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you for question, Member Blow Small Malaita. Me just like for briefly explaining that 2.8 billion that has been deducted from the development budget. Me falagaram meeting on the 7th of July with the Prime Minister's office, and we ended up with 7 resolutions, one of which is we are asking about 18 million, and that is by you looking below supplementary MRPS 15. They ask a 2.8, which that's the only capacity where we release him law development budget. So we for a frame up not 2.8, and the breakdown of the 2.8 chair 1 MME from Kilufi second level medical store, 800,000, and from Malu second level medical store. This one it is because or the tender processes may for a delay and we are thinking that we are unable to do this year. 200K ME for NRH upgrades and also UXO clearance and also fencing where we feel like for doing him 100 beta and 800K. This one activities law development law ministry where me fala no think this year, but we make an agreement on the 18th of July 2024 with them MNDPC that these 2.8 million but me fala taken back law next year's development budget chair. So I'm now a little bit explanation law 2.8. In fact, we will frame up no more this year, but next year we will make a more resolutions that will take them by. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Leader of Opposition.
Yeah, thank you. It's just in terms of Malu and Kilufi secondary medical stores, yeah. What exactly about them over there? Waka for building over the warehouse or storage facilities, or what exactly now? Waka when postponed for next year. And secondly, since you all got an agreement, and I hope they front up on that agreement, Minister. Sometimes budget unit and got a mind all of its own, and no matter what make an agreement. Minister Bokomesawe, you know, that you are able to begin procurement process here early, even maybe end of this year, so that Kasim next year inside development budget, you go now, rather than you just start a more procurement process and then take a more most of next year more, so activity below this year, I mean, taken 2 years for deliver. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Honourable Minister, please comment on that.
Thank you for comment, Opposition Leader. Hem for improve normal second level medical stores, but as your advisor, may take note of him so that they may take him back not for 2.8 million.
Thank you, Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Minister, he already explained him this on 2.8 and the fact that by him recouping back more, you may expect him another 5 million by him take him out from wherever by him take him, perhaps. But Minister, in his explanation, him tell him or decide for delay what law 12 projects law Malaita Malu and Kiluvi Milang sabe good what na meaning law delay this or decide for delay or tenders and also. Thank you.
Honourable Minister.
Thank you. Some work I have been done here, but tender no more for what the work I know. If I'm a little bit delayed, it is because if I'm not doing no more in time. But next year we will do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable MP for Central Honiara.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, as Minister stating, they bid it for 80 million, but then you got only 15 million for drugs here. Can the Minister, you confirm, or this committee, that 15 million by him regularizing or restoring normalcy to the supply of drugs to the country between now until the end of the year, and then next year maybe further improvement by him happen? Can the Minister confirm that to this committee? Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you for MP Blow, Central Honiara, and as well as the Chair of the PAC. 18 million if I ask him for this year's ending 31st of December 2024. If I'll take him 15. If you had a low speech me on your recommendations or report below PAC, me talk about a quantifying of the National Medical Store. So next year, if I'll ask this December, hopefully we table the budget for next year. You'll expect that the budget will help by an increase. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chair, what I'm asking Lohem Noma is that, sorry. Oh, you, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Noma. Yeah, me just ask him, no, Minister Noma, for confirming Noma to this House that with that 15 million, he'll be able to restore him back now normalcy to the supply of drugs throughout the country with that 15 million. Him know what me ask him. Yes or no, him know what me like. Thank you.
This year, if the question is this year for the 15 million, we will, the medicine shortage, as me tell them, speech, start 2012. 2012 is a good number of years that you may face shortage. For the 15 million, for 20 containers that is incoming, I will say that we will progressively improve the medical shortage of medicine, but next year, Bami assure this House that Bami will stop him shortage of medicine. It is very unpredictable. As law PAC me survey for question him to India. Hopefully, we start our procurement from India, which is directly from the factory after we finish our standards and also verification. And then hopefully with that cheap by volume of medicine, he come by and then Banfal solving the issue of medicine shortage. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, Dr. Blom Minister, I'm not giving any assurance, me tell him this one, sir, because I've been to the hospital many times in the last couple of weeks. I know the nurses, they would say seremplasta, CCs. We can't afford that level, bare bones, Mr. Chairman. So this kind of, you will wait for next year, people die now. Him no good here. Minister might like to respond, but him all right, no man, no, but him no respond. I can't allow this. With good conscience, me cannot allow them this one. $2.8 million no more, but me cannot allow them. Me cannot vote for this one, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. Point noted. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chair, and also thank you, Member for Small Malaita. I think the stories that have got the media, it's quite exaggerating. In fact, me for put them some control measures.
Is there a point of order?
Yes.
On what basis?
Lord talk this time.
He hasn't completed.
But him tell him now something when me want to respond to him, when him say, oh, God, law media. This one, media, yeah? Me go to hospital.
Can the Minister respond first and you question?
Thank you, Chair. I take back my word by saying the media. Me fala, Chair, me fala putum some fala measures after me fala doing more some fala spot checks, just for updating my house. That even the National Medical Store, after expansion, Blohem, me fala putum non-local system because we suspect some leakages, Blohem. So the strategy is we fix the leakages and then fix the supply. And so, time you go to hospital, maybe I apologize, good MP, Small Malaita, if you say no any medicine, they will make a proper diagnosis, I believe. So the supply system is National Medical Store by giving calm medicine, low NRA heads pharmacy. Then pharmacy by giving low ward. Now the leak can be in this chain. And sometimes medicine stop low ward, hem go to. So dispensing system to hem weak. And that is what we try for strengthening a chair. And so with that, it's a long time issue. And so we try for improving with putum samvla regulations law over the supply consumables go low too because have a loose. With over time, I'm sure this is just 3 months, Chairman. Me need him for work hard more and looking well at leakage so that they may improve a system blow you me in terms of the chain blow or supply chain to the patients. So have this one, this 2.8 is him, the member for Small Malaita no accept him. But I'm sure that with the 7 resolutions that me valagaram meetings on 7th of July, me hope that me times him 2, for him come back times 2, not that one. Or it like me times 3, but me times 3 to law development budget, law you me. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable MP for East Arare.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Minister. Just for clarification, lo mi seleva too, lo this one, in terms of tufala locations of Kilufi and Maluna, mi heren, samval man lo mi ba heren mi tatokona mi laken for Minister give assurance that this fala katia ba have no impact in Bogota negatively in terms of people blaming. Me heren that have to do with some medical store. If you shall explain him good, lo here, lo house. Chair, for him is what the medical store role blehem inside and human impact blehem now in terms of foregoing this now. What now by might carry impact the people. That one now me interest in lehem before me vote lehem because good minister chair have already named him now. What the locations here whereby impacted directly here. I think it's only fair that you hear him some reassurance that whatever happened here, but I'm not got direct impact. Low livelihoods, low people blame low Kilufi and low Malu. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable MP, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Leader Blow, Independent, for asking that question. Him inside the answer blow, him inside the PAC report. But him no affect him any Bamnogaramin impact. As even in the report, we also highlighting that delay of the tender. Milak for explaining more the levels of medical store no more. First thing we got time we order medicine from overseas suppliers, hem kamna lo national medical store. And then national medical store, or hem supply na lo second level medical store, which sort of start na lo the provinces below you and of course like one fala lo afio. Then that second level medical store, I'm responsible now for distributing lot of area health centers, rural clinics, and even lot of first aids clinic across the country. So I'm staff now lot of the provinces, now at second level medical stores. Second level when we talk about him. In terms of the supply chain, him now how we deliver him go. And you may, Karen, were related to one of the questions for me answer later on, if this one is effective or no more. We have a system called M-Supply, and the M-Supply is monitoring how many drugs you may give him out. And there will be a feedback improvement plan is that there will be feedback system coming from the provinces, whether what they're really receiving or no more. But that answer, that one, me come when me answer a question below opposition leader to which maybe tomorrow or after time me join in parliament. So I think him na answer for you. Good leader below independent. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me have the last comment on this head before I put the question. Honorable.
Thank you, Chairman. Just look no good no more. So we take him selling away from health. Then him look even worse more. You man for you all him selling anymore. You argue for to give him away. Go here. You all borrow like you know you argue for all him every selling here. Make him you spend him lo mersin. Mersin blue bar no good to us. Bar no good to us and situation lo number 9 where you know me allude lo him earlier. You know lo media too yeah. What borrow come then must go look at them for buy him now wool goes here for operation not cancer or same. So situation them all same, then little bit selling them, small no more, 2.8 but it all adds up. But then you go from health more. Then if you go to health but go to education, good little bit, mag go to PMO. For what more to PMO here? Go for legacy no more, go for something where no but next year more right no more. No but following year by no in one day. So just that no more me make a little bit no feel straight about health should never lose any resources. Me make an argument below you sell for you, sorry. But me happy. The initiatives where you explain you come, they're very good initiatives for plugging this for leak or with the leaks throughout the supply chain. Yeah, that is very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chair, and also thank you, good opposition leader. Me give him go 2.8 here, but me hope that by me pass him the supplementary, make him 15 him come by. Thank you. Me bara thing him that me pass him now. Thank you.
Thank you. And with those comments, I will now put the question. The question is that the sum of $37,200,000 for head 09 is part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The sum of $37,200,000 for head 09 therefore stands part of the schedule. Head 10, Ministry of Infrastructure Development. The question is that the sum of $94,244,736 for head 10 stands part of the schedule. Any comments on this head before I put the question? If not, let me put the question. Honourable MP for Aoke Langalanga.
Thank you, Chairman. Just for Minister Hemi clarify, this for reduction of 17.9 million and me affect them which programs. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Leader of the Opposition, for asking the question. This one may come from NTF. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable Leader.
Yeah, thank you. So in terms of all get activities below NTF for remainder below this year, which lot activities now, this one by me affect them. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Leader Opposition, for the small road maintenance law. Chat law here.
Thank you, Honorable Leader.
So I'll get road maintenance law here. But so by some go ahead a little bit. Because you road law here, no mas good to you. By some go ahead or by every road maintenance law here now may affected, and where look at the roads here, where in the procurement cycle now casting tenders out finish, award finish, or these are where procurement no even started. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Leader Opposition. I think the road standard out finish. Walker by still go at lower roads playing. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For Minister, clarify no more. So, look at the headings, look at or descriptions, law. This fellow's head here. I assume that this one for road now 7 million here, and this all 5 million here. We have Italian ships and crabs. Maybe through now this one blow what ship here for grants with ships or maybe Minister himself explain it.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Member for Small Malaita. Yeah, you're right. For ships for help out for supporting water, ship maintenance, and if you apply, then for helping you. I know Small Malaita, you got him, so you shall apply. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable MP for Central Honiara.
Thank you, Chairman. Because Minister am specifically mentioning the road law Honiara now is making me really worried with more. I know that the Minister has a plan for roads law Honiara. So titing blomino more. The PMU will understand. Titing blomino more. Honiara should be the first one we should give priority to him. Face the whole country now. If you mean entrenching economic efficiency inside Longo, enterprising inside Honiara, whole country by him right now. Country by him. So, in the way that it is being taken out from here, some 17 million, that's quite huge. Huge. In fact, suppose you put him go, whole road Honiara should finish now, 17 million to think blow. In fact, himself go to drainage too. Okay. Yeah. So, just to get some certainty, you that with this, is there a plan, Ministry, that sometimes next year, we should be able to have all these roads along the area fixed? I'm not talking about the ones that we have under the bilateral, or sorry, not bilateral, but all the multilateral funding, where it come from ADB and so forth, possibly somewhere from the bilateral partners like JICA, but the ones that we have to commit our resources to get our part of the share in making sure that road law area has to be put in order here. Do you think that we can reasonably work with whatever that is being left there to make this improvement work done by next year, or what sort of time frame are you looking at? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Member for Central Honiara and Chairman for Public Accounts Committee. Yes, by Start Law Road Central Honiara. So hopefully we will work on some of the roads in Honiara. Also, some of our roads have been funded by our donor partners and our multilateral partners. So for IMI SIG, we will continue to support some of the roads within Honiara, East Honiara, Central Honiara, and West Honiara. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. And with that comment and assurance, let me now put the question. The question is at the sum of $94,244,736 for head 10, stands part of the schedule. All those in favour say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The sum of $94,244,736 for head 10 now stand part of the schedule. Our next head to consider is head 16, Ministry of Police, National Security and Correctional Services. The question is that the sum of $15,880,000 for head 16 stand part of the schedule. Does any member wish to comment on this head if I put a question? Thank you, Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you for Minister. Let me explain him normal law initial budget blow him for land. Initial budget estimate blow him 6.5. Him plan for pay any land anywhere or on which law way, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, MP for Small Malaita. Initially, and what has been appropriated is yes, the 5.750 million have been initially appropriated for by na land law Sotlania law firm a new police infrastructure Loboda. That one now what have been allocated in the first place. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Any other comments? Yeah, Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Chairman, so for Minister Hemi Talem Normal Committee, so by what now plan now for no pay now?
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. What may happen now is that the ministry looking at that particular land in dispute between parties for settling law court first before by doing the final payment. In fact, we have paid first and second payment and go finish. The final one, that 5.75 is paid for. I think the good news is that both parties are understanding the development by go. It go on, or no disturbing. Him only or the internal issues blocked that don't need for sorting or some by a recipient of that payment. And we are projecting for with an understanding with him MD Park and all this by him come 2025 budget. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. I think let me now put the question. Sorry, MP for Central Honiara.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Yeah, I think that was also the point that has been raised with the committee, that there is a dispute over a land that is registered land here, I must say. Dispute over a land that is a registered land. A crown line initially, somehow that dispute between what people. So, but Mr. Chairman, the question that me like to ask him, no Minister Lohem Noma, is that how soon are we going to get this resolved? Because nearly every project Lobodaya and delay no simply because of the Rawaya all of them dispute. Even though in the first place we've given assurance to donors that they are registered land, when in fact what some disputes that are totally outside of what registered, titles below the land, somehow pop up. So how soon can we get this going? Otherwise, by dispute last year, this year, next year, possibly the dispute will continue more. So how soon can we get them resolved rather than allowing them to go to court? Can we find some other ways? some creative ways, to settle this kind of problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, MP for Central Honiara, for that question. Chairman, by me, really give him any specific date. If the question is related to what time now, by resolving the issues between two conflicting parties, I think what the ministry is doing is to ensure what pesum na part of the like for taking local for something what seleva, but establishing a cordial relationship with both parties here, so the development time go. Issue of land as to whether state land or what na really current status of land and what na issues of contest between all parties here. Me no garam that information lo me, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. And with those comments, I will now put the question. The question is that the sum of $15,880,000 for Head 16 stand part of the schedule. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The sum of $15,880,000 for Head 16 now stand part of the schedule. Next head for our consideration is Head 22, Ministry of Communication and Aviation. Here the question is that the sum of $25,357,000 for Head 22 starts part of the schedule. Any member wish to comment on that head? Thank you, Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you. This will item here, me very interest Mr. Chairman, for my good friend Minister of Communication for him helping me for understanding. Similar question, law Minister of Police. I assume Minister of Plan Blue for PPM our land. I mean, I'm got an original budget of $8 million here. Now that's going to be reduced by $5 million, $3 no more by you me leaving for him and then run with him. So question for me in two parts. First, for me understanding whether, or for him confirm whether thinking blow or understanding blow me correct that $8 million in plan for paying some land for the airport here. And secondly, which places now, or what the plan here, if 5 million come out here, or what places where we like for purchasing and also, which ones now am affected there? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I would like to thank the MP for Small Malaita for this question. Frenia, I'm talked through that money is allocated for Mbayam Samfala airport. I think the ministry is struggling or getting lots of challenges along with the least airports here. So the ministry look long mitigating that is for a problem here, challenge here. So what happened, Chairman? Ministry no really come long bottom long thinking here. How na for him do him? No good him cause him sampala problems suppose him deal long case here different. So last time ministry no really kasem. How na for him pieces him out the airport? Last time now me fala alarm this fala funds here for go out from me fala first time. We are not ready to implement the intention that we fala go for Bayam. For Bayam airport here, all the lease airport na so that the government no got him challenge to him. So all of the lease airport, government only have him no more 10. Eventually one him out too without a notice. So 10 no more, 9 no more government garim. Two out study long look him no balala with him kira. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Any other comments? Thank you, Honourable MP for Central Honiara.
Yeah, Chairman, the committee was informed about the situation along the airport, where government is really thinking to open them up airstrips to help commercial expansion along aviation, in particular, the private sector, Solomon Airlines. Yeah, it would be good that you may open up more airstrips. That's the way that Baba himself opened him up business below Solomon Airlines. So we need to work very hard to open him up with the new airstrips now inside the country. I must say. Look, point number one, also we will live it concern lohem, and then we will share with the situation of aviation too. Is that why I know that 5 million am taken away, whilst the ministry is really working very hard to try to either regularize him or lease here, or even go outright purchase too. Almost outright purchase of what planned airstrips here. That part now also we will know. Good. In fact, answer that we are getting from the officials is that, election this time, so, we just think that we just let it go. I think we need to come up with some kind of arrangement for helping aviation. You must help him more than now. My thinking is that not taking away resource flow there, him no help him over there. In fact, but I put him on a good bike straight now. So, Mr. Chairman, me like to encourage you no more, Minister. You work hard no for talem no more. Otman Marsaite, money financial. Reinstate him back now. 5 million and make him me go ahead and then sort him out now. The airstrips here or the planned locations that you may need for build him now on the new airstrips here. I have no much more comment with me. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and I would like to thank the member for Central Honiara. Definitely, government the ministry find him hard to deal with him other airstrips. Even belong with government, time for cut him tree for give him way for playing him lad. What the people ask him silent too, yeah. So when me get in as a minister, me tell him all the whole first time me really scrutinizing what I like for doing. We don't want to set any precedents or any dealings that we doing, as well as the unintended consequences. Long good intention for government. And problem to me says, Chairman. Me like was just a note here for people hearing. Me like for opening na Bargama Airport, which government na ona. I'm ready for Lana this month. What a land on us, Narsai to say you pay first time 3 before you cut him. Him no good long developing this one nation, Chairman. Not people long Solomon must allow Lania for him using for him benefit to him. So I'm pushing the ministry for make him sample airstrip, make him also gift pro nation. Huna government. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. With those comments, let me put a question. The question is that the sum of $25,357,000 for head 22 stand part of the schedule. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The sum of $25,357,000 for head 22 now stand part of the schedule. Next head for consideration, head 23, Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources. The question is that the sum of $11,205,466 for head 23 stand part of the schedule. Any member wish to comment on this head? Thank you. If there is none, I'm going to put the question. The question is at the sum of $11,205,466 for head 23 stands part of the schedule. All those in favor, please say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The sum of $11,205,466 for head 23 now stands part of the schedule. Our next head for consideration is head 28, Ministry of Mines, Energy and Rural Electrification. The question is that the sum of $26,064,280 for head 28 stands part of the schedule. Does any member wish to comment on this head? Thank you. If there is none, I'm going to put the question. Sorry, Honourable Leader of Opposition.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I mean, overall total for de-appropriate from here, I mean, minus 2 million. We just like Saga Longo, there is increased mining activity on the revenue side, where that is tracking, whether we're generating and how much more now in the mining, make them put them into perspective, the de-appropriation here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Chair, Mr. Chairman, thank you, Honourable, for Aoke Langalanga. So that question, I will note your question and I will bring the answer in detail and I will give it to you when thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Honourable Leader.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, please. You don't need for me notice him more. You give him come. I mean, in writing. It will go ahead and work. It'll be of interest. It'll put this into perspective. But also on the fact that nickel prices in Barawa dropped significantly, and many nickel mines, much larger deposits than ours, have closed down, and therefore the need for us to conserve or preserve or protect our resource also. So perhaps me raising make a dual addressing one question in writing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Honourable Leader. Honourable Minister.
Chair, thank you. I think the way that so the reasons why I missed it because of it's going to be with me in finance as well. So I must need some detail from the Minister of Finance so we can put up a more comprehensive detail. So once we understand it, we go in line with them. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable MP for East Arare.
Thank you, Chair. Just on page 24, Nomalo, fixed services grant. 1 million and by deduct from there, yeah. 1M now, fixed services grant again. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Chair, thank you, MP for East Arare. The fixers grant, so this one, it's a day-to-day, so it's the office rental and, water, power. Yeah, I'm meant for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable MP for Central Honiara.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Member Aoke Langalanga. Me barawa golo afternoon na so se fatigue barawa pick up so me forget to. I was going to ask the question of this one because yesterday, listening to the Minister of Finance, I was so impressed. One new line of revenue, long government is going to come, mining or cement, and I thought that the Minister was deeply engaged for me, briefing me, what another new life that is coming out of mining, but then this time I'm saying, no, put him pigeon or no more. Please, Minister, no more. Lohia now. Lohia. You must bring him, come Lohia. But just looking at the potential moving forward, and then talking about, some of the downtown 10 long activities of mining. Nickel is now going down. Pacific nickel mining I heard is now sort of, hitting some rock bottom. I don't know, for some reason, I think they may not be able to find some new financing to come in and then continue with their activities. But just last night, I was reading through a report by IMF. And I think it was 2021, 2022, IMF Article 4 mission report, and then they were recommending some improvement of governance below government. And in particular, they were recommending that we should reinscribe back into the EITI, Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, so that, which is a international self-regulatory mechanism that some years ago, we were a fully compliant country, and 10 years ago we lost that status. I don't know, for some reason. Minister, do you think there is benefit in us reinscribing back into EITI? Because EITI has a lot of influence along improving status along investors coming into our country to raise capital stock market. If we continue with what we are going right now, a lot of our investors are going to be in trouble. In the mining sector below this country, we will never see any light at all. So just by way of interest, would there be any inclination on the part of the government for us to reinscribe back into this very, very important mechanism? Others who have served in the UN, they will know very well, even the World Bank, they know what is the importance of us, being part of EITI. It's good for our country. It's good to, in a way, give a good reputation to the investors, coming into our country. And I know that, a lot of our investors are suffering from the reporting back into the stock market. Because mining industry, you have to raise it through the stock market. I think the only option that, we can have out of the stock market is basically going into the second largest economy in the world, which is China. But we know what another kind of practice to it. We all know about that. So are there any intention for you, by way of government policy, for you to reinscribe again back into EITI? No more questions. If you say no more, no need to answer too. Thank you.
Honourable Chairman, Honourable Minister, Honourable Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, there is a serious intention for YMI to him that one, and cabinet will be approached for YMI activating engagement within this idea. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. And with that comment, I will now put a question. Sorry, Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mino heran good responsible minister lo question below is there are I'm asking today about all the fixed services grants. Tell him something about rent or something else, but I'm sorry clarify come more. But question below misal but I'm Mr. Not make a minister of more Chairman misal ask him.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Oi.
Mr. Chair, thank you, MP for Small Malaita. So I had the fixed service grant. So this is the Hamlet Project Office, and Barra deal with the project office now. Today we tell them that office and renting a 6-story, one full room inside a 6-story building. And so we paid for the rental, the water bill, the light bill, Hamlet that one. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Member for Small Malaita.
Thank you. So probably Minosa Wana, we call him grant. But question below me, Minister, to do with one fella important role below ministry, and that is rural electrification. And me want to ask if what now progress this solar hybrid program where ministry and SIA will run in there. What may make a mode of install a mode of project what system cell or throughout the country maybe many times I will tell them where we are at the moment with that program.
Honourable Minister.
Mr. Chair, thank you. Thank you again, MP for Small Malaita. So the rural electrification law, the rural areas, but I want to priority law the ministry and the government. And so what we're trying to do is there's some amendments have been done to Central Parliament as well to allow for legal doing the work. But in terms of engaging people that the government interest will come to, we're moving forward with signing some MOUs, and then with the people interested who come for put it out or the kind of the solar or maybe the 10 megawatts or 20 megawatts. But for email or whenever, I think we need some amendment first so that we otherwise we will do it illegally. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. And with those comments, sorry, Honourable MP for Central Honiara.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Small something no more. Just in relation to solar survey 25007 fixed service grant. If we look at the PAC report in page 40, paragraph 3.83 from the inquiry, it was told that this one is part of the community services obligation along Solomon Water. So me just had him no matter minister and tell him come a little bit different answer to him, but this was the answer that we got from the officials. So I will maintain that what is in paragraph 3.83 that it is for community services obligation along Solomon Water. Thank you.
You noted. Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Chair, thank you, MP for Central Honiara. So this note, so the PSC, I think, giving me notes after me the custodian. That's what him and Talmud is. So me Talmud Parliament because I was my PM said was here listening as well. So if that, so by me correcting behind that. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. And with the comments by the response by the Minister, let me now put the question. The question is that the sum of $26,064,280 for head 28 stands part of the schedule. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The sum of $26,064,280 for head 28 now stands part of the schedule. Now we come to the development variations. It is proposed that the total development variation of $256,851,482 stand part of the schedule. Does any member wish to comment on this total? Thank you. If there is none, let me put the question.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. I have made my position known on the variation from development budget to the recurrent. So that opinion that I have expressed to this committee and stand. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Point taken, reflected in the report of Hansard, those observations and comments. On that note, let me put a question. The question is that the total development variation of $256,851,482 stand part of the schedule. All those in favour say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The total development variation of $256,851,482 therefore stands part of the schedule. Come to part 4 of the additional supplementary expenditure. We start with recurrent expenditure. And we start with head 209, Ministry of Health and Medical Services. The question is that the sum of $545,529,342 for head 09 stands part of the schedule. Does any member wish to comment on this head before I put the question? Thank you, Honourable Chairman of PAC and MP for Central Honiara.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Based on the same views that we have expressed together with what has been shared by Aoke Langalanga and others, small Maleta. Me too, but me like for more motion for increasing this one, because I didn't have any assurance from the minister that this will restore the issue shortages of drugs in the country. He's in doubt here of himself. He's talking about sorting out the supply from medical to somewhere, but these are very critical ones. So is there any way that we can suspend standing order and make another better increase on this one? Me asking.
Unfortunately, no.
Aye.
So we'll move straight on with it.
Suggestion. Thank you.
Beg your pardon?
I'm withdrawing my suggestion to you.
Okay, thank you. Noted. Okay, the question again back to the Ministry of Health. Any comments on the question? The question is that 549,342 stand part of the schedule. Any comments on that for the Minister of Health to respond to? Thank you, Honourable Leader of Opposition.
Thank you. For me, say no me bar sorry to mas this one. I think you may run sorry. Up here must up go more within 15 years is the real level of need. You may out in sample lot another one for secondary level there. So just for register as well a disappointment. Thank you.
Thank you. Point noted. Minister, any comments on that observation?
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Opposition Leader, for comment. You as in the PAC report and the recommendations number 4, me looking that for an annual budget for National Medical Store, the reality is range from 70 to 80 million. This are 15 million where me ministry asked him is to sustain our supply up to December 31st. Just for let them house survey, no more than 15 million, 3 million me for meeting of the vaccines, that me under UNICEF 6 million for meeting of the contract obligations, law South Austral. This one me payments for 2023 and 24 this year. Another 3 million me for voucher and more. For me also contractual obligations, 1 million me for paying Asia Pacifica, Hemi for annual tender, and pending receipt before the end of the financial year. And also contractual obligations below National Medical Store, the Ministry of Health. Another 1 million is for the IDA Foundation 2023-24 annual tender, receive and pending receipt before end of the financial year this year, ending 31st December 2024. And we also contractual obligations. And then last 1 million is for the payment of multi-CAIM 2023-2024 annual tenders received and pending receipt before end of the financial year. 2024, we also contractual obligations below Ministry, below Health, me repeatedly for telling me, Mr. Chair, because health is for all, and I'm sure I would sustain the drug supply and try to improve at the same time and fix the leakages, and I hope that at the mid of next year we would find some improvement on an issue that Start Law 2012, and I acknowledge each individual MPs, me Member of Parliament, 50 of all of us that we got a great concern for health, below country, me. As I said in my debate, was a common saying that we should see health as an investment. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. And on that note, Honourable Chairman PAC.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Minister, I continue for explaining no more, repeating or something within an envelope that I'm not expanded no more. So I'm continue for the Talem Luyumi or the actions and measures that he's trying to do inside law there. But the envelope is not expanding, I must say. So the fact that you have not allowed the suspending the standing order, maybe the only option that is available, Mr. Chairman, is for me no more for asking more Minister of Finance, who has the power, law reservation here, to do two things no more. One for health and education. If he can assure this House that between now until the end of the year, power will have no more reservation, which is a very temporal measure no more for helping him of fiscal management, for him for de-reserving some of the funds, for helping him now. Minister of Health here, make him drugs here himself expanded, because very soon when the drugs from India have come, he will have to find resources. It's not in this 15 million, I must say. He has to find resources. And remember, in India, even if we ask them for a gift from them, same tata basi na ba happen. Say, buy me pay first time, then I want to just reimburse me. Aye. I'm now style of India this time, I think. I must say. So, Mr. Chairman, some assurance from Minister of Finance. Best friend Blomia, Minister of Finance will give us the assurance. Please help, to de-reserving back more those reserved amount here. I must say. So is Ministry of Health too. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Point noted, Honourable Member. Minister.
Chairman, health. Very important services. After the reservations here, we encourage ministries for actively engage within the budget unit. If there are, expenditures that are very urgent, and we encourage them. That's just one of the instructions we give go when we made these reservations for ministries. Continue for engage very actively with the budget unit, and more specifically Ministry of Health. We encourage that for happen. So him sure remember one of these nations no by right, and for that by money vote by central or nearby vote for this whole bill.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. And after that, let me now put the question. The question is that the sum of $545,529,342 for head 09 stands part of the schedule. All those in favor, please say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. Ayes have it. The sum of $545,522,342 for head 09 starts part of the schedule. Head 23, Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources. The question is that the sum of $27,566,213 for Head 23 stand part of the schedule. Does any member wish to comment on this head? Thank you. I see none. I will therefore put the question. The question is that the sum of, Chairman PAC.
There is a new industry that is now emerging in the country, seaweed industry. We have encouraged the Ministry of Fisheries, you must stop to talk about seaweed, new lifeline along the country, I must say. In fact, it has the potential of transforming this economy, I must say. So we need to put more resources into seaweed. And not for what ministry can go around too much. Let's link them to investors. There are investors that are very much interested, to put in their capital into this particular industry here, I must say. But they need a little bit of protection in terms of certainty along water reefs, infrastructures, and so forth that they may connected to this industry. They need that. So I think, we need to work with the Ministry of Environment for providing protection. Those reefs and seas and coastal waters, believe me, that are potential for seaweed, we should declare them under the Protection Act, Protected Areas Act, so that them give him certainty, Lord, the investors believe me. Like him suppose to come and do more the industries here. What people believe me to go into chasing more man. But I feel that, and I really, 1 million am not enough here. There is a new industry that, can really transform this whole economy. And then Prime Minister am just signing more, one or two MOU or China or side law, that sector, related. We need to bring them to that supply chain, yeah? You cannot just continue to talk now. We have to link them to the capital, and then provide that certainty for the investors. That's the way that we should be going. So the question now, Chair, which areas now, or which particular locations or coastal reefs and seas inside the country now have now been ranked, the highest. You don't need to come up with a list. List them out, first 5 or 10. Let's give them the resource and the support. Thank you. If the Minister can say, but Minister normally do it. Oh, am I right? Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable MP for Central Oniara. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Member of Central Oniara, I'm stuff outside time you answer. Finish question by the member for East Ararelo this one. In fact, this is part of 1 million. I'm actually total 7 million. This fellow. Supplementary appropriation, one another variation, and this one, another additional supplement. Taking $1 million from this additional revenue that he's taken from dividends from Mogata state-owned enterprises. $50 million goal health and $1 million goal supporting $6 million under the variation. So I totally agree, Mr. Chairman. This is a growing industry, big potential. As right now there are 1,200 farmers. Mr. Chairman, and there's potential for it to grow. And I think with the issues like the suggestions made when foreign investors are involved with this one, probably they need more protections and also, and we'll go down the line that is suggested by the member for Central Oniara. But I have me reading already finished. Now is the list of where these things have happened. I think it's probably recorded in the answered already when the question was raised by the member for East but we know those very important comments and observations made. This is an industry that by invest more, Mr. Chairman Law, on going forward, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Let me now put the question. The question is that the sum of $27,566,213 for head 23 stand part of the schedule. Those in favour, please say aye. Those against, say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The sum of $27,566,213 for head 23 now stand part of the schedule. The total recurrent variation. The question is that the total recurrent variation of $573,095,555 stand part of the schedule. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against, say no. I think the ayes have it. Ayes have it. The total recurrent variation of $573,095,535 therefore stand part of the schedule. Honourable members, that conclude our deliberations on the heads of the schedule, and I will now put the question on the schedule. The question is that the schedule stands part of the bill. Of those in favour, please say aye. Those against, say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The schedule therefore stands part of the bill. That concludes our deliberations on the schedule of the bill. We shall now proceed with clause of the bill on page 1. Refer to the bill, clause 1. Does any member wish to comment on this clause before I put the question? Thank you. If there is none, let me put the question. The question is that, sorry, Honourable Chairman of PAC.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, why, I mean, so that in the interest of, satisfying no mind law, we will samal lomo, was it supposed to be citing this bill as the amendment to the 2024 Appropriation Act and supplementary to motion. That will really make everything good for you, me one night. Thank you. Just a suggestion, no more. Suppose you say no more, me sit down to you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Again, that will require an amendment which would have been noticed before it's brought up to the Committee of Supply. So on that note, we will not travel down that lane, but go straight on to, as procedurally we have been doing this. We'll consider that next time when we perhaps consider rules of debate, standing orders, amendment to that, then we'll consider those new initiatives that members wish to accommodate. But that said, let me go back to the question I was going to put, and the question was that clause 1 stand part of the bill. All those in favor say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Clause 1 therefore stands part of the bill. Clause 2. Does any member wish to comment on this clause before I put the question? I see none. I will therefore put the question. The question is that clause 2 stand part of the bill. All those in favor say aye. All those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Clause 2 therefore stands part of the bill. Clause 3. Does any member wish to comment on this clause before I put the question? Again, I see none. I see the Central Honiara MP. Please, your comment on clause 3.
Yes, again, another suggestion will I give him come to, so that, we can include the total schedule that we have just read out of some 500 million here to be included as part of the appropriated amount. Then, Baba, make him now everything straight. No more thing below me, but if you say no more, then we sit down to it.
We'll come to that at the end of the bill. But clause 3, you have any comment on clause 3? If there is none, I will put a question. The question is that clause 3 be considered stand part of the bill. All those in favor say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Clause 3 therefore stand part of the bill. Honourable members, that concludes our deliberations on this particular bill. This Committee of Supply therefore stands dissolved, and the Minister in charge will report to the House when Parliament resumes. Thank you. Parliament is resumed. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Just before I move, we had discussed some corrections to the bill, and now it is presented, Mr. Speaker. The Attorney General has the power to do that. I'm sorry, doing that after, Mr. Speaker. So I want to proceed to the third reading of this our report to the House. So I wish to report that the 2024 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2024 has passed through the Committee of Supply. Well, I don't know, or this present the presentations, and I don't know whether there is amendment. I think a minor changes there, Lord, because well, if that amounts to amendment, Mr. Speaker, then it is with amendment. If not, then it is without any really major amendment, apart from the cosmetic changes that the Attorney General is going to do to the bill, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any amendments, I think, which was alluded to, and I think this is where how it is written, the use of the word zero and nil, that can be brought in and put as an amendment, or to put zero instead of nil. So the bill, so the act, when it comes out, will reflect those changes. But that is I'm not sure what to call it. It's administrative or something that has nothing to do with the law and so on. Any comments on that? Honourable Leader of Opposition.
We do want to process this thing, finish, but in terms of powers below Attorney General, we dealt with this at the end of last year. This for power, hemi kick in, and power blue, time him become active, then you just correct them. Not this time hemi bill, so that your statement wouldn't be right. That time him come out for both of us, and hemi nil him change to zero and no more. By after now, after him assented. Either way, we do want, and I think notification come for him looking through that you sent him. Thank you.
Attorney General.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Leader of the Official Opposition, for that. I think the correct reference now is Section 4 Law Legislation Act, which is passing. It's Section 4, subsection 2, paragraph G, where he said the Attorney General, by notice in the Gazette, can make corrections to the text of legislation. So we can do that after him pass. And I'll publish it in the Gazette and circulate it.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mr.
General. If that's the case, then I'd just like to see clarification from the Minister with reference to what you were trying to allude to. Would that be taken care of, or would be the concern that the AG is addressing? Thank you. Honourable Leader of Opposition.
So also, just for consistency, Minister Hemi report without amendments.
Yeah.
Amendments ever come AG. Make him answer them correct. Thank you.
That's the way to go. Unless, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With that explanation from the Attorney General, I wish to report that the 2024 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2024 has passed through the Committee of Supply without amendments.
Thank you. Honourable Minister reports that due consideration of the bill by the Committee of Supply without amendments, the 2024 Supplementary Appropriation Bill is now deemed to be set down for third reading.
Third reading, the 2020-24 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2024.
I now call on the Honourable Minister of Finance and Treasury to move the third reading motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that the 2024 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2024 be now read a third time and do pass.
Thank you, honourable members. I will put a question. The question is that the 2024 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2024 be now read a third time and do pass. All those in favour say aye. All those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The motion is passed.
2024 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2024. Motions. Motion of special of adjournment.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So I move that its adjournment on Thursday, 22nd August 2024. Parliament shall adjourn to Monday, 9th September 2024. Mr. Speaker, the reasons for the special adjournment It's as follows. Of course, the main reason is my attendance at the Pacific Leaders Forum meeting, which will start on Monday. But also a number of ministers, I believe, members of parliament will also be attending to various engagements, both locally and overseas. Thirdly, I think there is 2023 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2023 that the PAC may also wish to look at during the next week, so that when we resume on the 9th of September, we can also dispense with that. Mr. Speaker, the Pacific Alliance Forum Leaders Meeting, as you know, is the annual meeting for Prime Ministers and Presidents of 16 Pacific Island countries, including Australia and New Zealand, where we deliberate on critical matters of significance, of importance to our region. This is one of the mandatory international meetings the Prime Minister attends every year. The Forum Leaders Meeting is, as you know, the apex of regional political decision making. Our participation at the Forum Leaders Meeting will ensure that decisions that are made collectively by Pacific leaders at these regional fora respects and do not undermine our sovereignty, and foster stronger collaboration and cooperation amongst and between countries in our region. The Forum Leaders Meeting also receives and considers recommendations from regional ministerial meetings that require decision at the highest political level in the region. Mr. Speaker, my participation at the 53rd Forum Leaders Meeting this year is even more important because Solomon Islands will host the 54th Forum Leaders Meeting in Honiara in August next year, 2025. The last time that we hosted the PIF Leaders Meeting, I believe, was in 1992. As the incoming host country, therefore, for 2025, Solomon Islands will be part of what is referred to as the Troika, the grouping of 3 leaders comprising the chair for the meeting in Tonga, who is the Prime Minister of Tonga, the immediate past chair, who is the Prime Minister of Cook Islands, and the incoming chair after Tonga, which is Solomon Islands. The Troika is the committee that oversees and coordinates actions requiring political level support by the Forum Secretariat in between the annual meeting of the leaders. Solomon Islands will therefore be more closely involved with the Forum in the next 12 months. So, Speaker, the agenda for the 53rd Forum Leaders Plenary Meeting will focus on matters that are of importance to Solomon Islands, including an update on collective actions taken by Forum members on the 2050 strategy for the Blue Pacific continent. Also, our ocean as a region of peace. There will also be deliberations on health and education, as well as the Pacific Resilience Facility, which is the region's own financing facility. Of course, as I've said earlier, climate change and sea level rise are critical matters for our region. It's the single greatest threat facing our small countries, including Solomon Islands. Fisheries, policing and security, disaster risk reduction, and of course the ALPS Independent Panel Report are among the important agenda items that leaders will deliberate on. So, Mr. Speaker, the Forum Leaders Meeting also provides a platform for important bilateral consultations with other leaders and partners in one location in a short period of time. Already we have received 15 requests for bilateral consultations with me and the Minister of Foreign Affairs from 12 countries and 3 international entities during the Forum meeting. Arrangements are being put in place for bilateral meetings with the Prime Ministers of Australia, Fiji, Papua New Guinea and New Zealand, and the Deputy Secretary of State of the United States of America. And also the UN Secretary General will also be attending the forum, I believe, for the first time. So, Mr. Speaker, our attendance at the annual Forum Leaders Meeting ensures that our voice, as you know, is heard, our issues and concerns are stated, our national priorities are articulated, our sovereignty is protected, and we contribute effectively to the future direction of our region, in which Solomon Islands is a member of the wider Pacific family. So, Mr. Speaker, this is the main reason for the special adjournment. But as I've said, other ministers, I believe, and members of parliament will also be traveling next week. In terms of parliament, we have the 2023 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2023 to be regularized through the process that we have come through. A number of reports there as well, which I hope for us to take on when we resume on the 9th of September. So, Mr. Speaker, with those, I beg to move.
Thank you, honourable members. It is proposed that at its adjournment on Thursday, 22nd August 2024, Parliament shall adjourn to Monday, 9th September 2024. Any member wish to contribute to the motion before I put a question? Thank you, Honourable MP for West Area and Chairman of Bills and Legislation Committee.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Prime Minister, for the motion of special adjournment. With the reasons you can come for the special adjournment, Mr. Speaker, by Prime Minister UPC through now. This side of the House, I mean, no current problem. I'm supporting your motion of special adjournment with the more reasons here. We wish you well in your engagement, Prime Minister, on behalf of our country. We will certainly pray that God will guide you and give you wisdom. It's very important meetings that you will attend. You need the strength, and be assured we are with you in heart and our prayers because they are very, very special and important events and meetings that you will to partake and engaged in them on behalf of our country. So we support your special motion of adjournment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Honourable MP for East Area and leader of the Independent Group.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the Prime Minister for moving this special adjournment motion. I rise to simply support the motion and wish the Prime Minister and delegation all the best in terms of this important meeting. Just wanted to raise issues here with regards to perhaps conduct of our officers, senior public servants. In the build-up to this forum, there's been a series of meetings, as is customary, and there's some discussions with foreign ministers, foreign affairs ministers, that has resulted in some responses by a leader of a Pacific Island country to one of our senior public servants on social media. I would just like to, through you, ask and remind us as leaders and of our ministries to ensure that when we interact with leaders of the Pacific, that we do it in accordance with our protocols, because these things can dismantle our solidarity. Mr. Speaker, sir, I have never seen a response on social media by a leader to a senior public servant of a country. And that is something that we should not forget. Just a reminder, Mr. Speaker, sir, I think it's important enough for us to be aware of these issues that can dismantle solidarity. Mr. Speaker, sir, I know and I appreciate all the meetings that the Prime Minister will be undertaking with his delegation. I welcome very much all of those engagements. Very, very useful for us. And Prime Minister should know that you have our support, the full support for the hosting of the next forum. And that is something that we look forward as well. I'm sure there will be a budget that you'll be bringing as well for that particular important annual meeting that we'll be hosting next year. That's very much welcomed. But I would also like to, in reference to his meetings and bilaterals, I would like to raise an issue here of our citizens. 2 girls, Mr. Speaker, currently in Papua New Guinea, currently away from their father. I would like to ask, humbly ask, the Prime Minister to bring this up at the highest level with his counterpart of Papua New Guinea to discuss the case of the CY Now girls. I think that is very important as a leader of our nation to ensure that our citizens, especially Aoke Pikinin Blayumi, Aoke Karen Protection, for Kambaik, Lodadi Blokota. And I think that one fell issue, if it's not already in the agenda, Lord Prime Minister, I think it doesn't hurt to again raise it, even if him did before. Because I'm aware that there has been some movement legally as well in Papua New Guinea that looks at the status of these girls. 11-year-old and a 7-year-old, minors in our custom, and Barawa Pikinin through, and in our laws, they're known as vulnerable. So I would just like to, through you, Mr. Speaker, humbly seek that to be added onto the agenda of a bilateral with the Papua New Guinea Prime Minister, so that this issue can be discussed at the highest level of government. It is that important, Mr. Speaker, sir, that this issue be brought to a just end and that these 2 girls return to their father. Solomon Islanders returning back to their Solomon Islands father. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, sir, I support this motion and I resume my seat.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Any other member wish to contribute to the motion? Otherwise, Prime Minister, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me thank the MP for West Harare who has spoken on behalf of the opposition group for his support to this motion and for acknowledging the importance of these engagements. On the same note, I would also like to thank the Honourable leader of the independent group and the MP for East Harare for his support. I take note of the 3 matters that he has raised. I'm aware of the matter involving senior public servant. We are looking into that. Of course, as you said, there are preparatory meetings that takes place or that precedes the leaders' meeting, Foreign Ministers meeting, for example. So I think it happened at the context or on the margins of that meeting. So I'm fully aware of that matter. Yes, we are, just for the second time, we are hosting the Pacific Island Forum Leaders Meeting next year. And it is an honor and privilege for our country. The only time we hosted it was in 1992. Work on establishing a preparatory committee to prepare for that event is underway. It's not, as you know, an easy thing, so we have to prepare. So a preparatory committee will be established, consisting of a good number of government agencies and ministries. Thirdly, on the matter of the 2 citizens that you made reference to, of course, our High Commissioner to Papua New Guinea has been following up on this matter. It's already in the list of the items that I'll be raising, following up with Prime Minister Marape when we meet bilaterally on the margins of the PIF in Tonga. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I would like to thank the opposition side as well as the independent house for their concurrence to this motion. Let me also take the opportunity to thank the chairman and members of the Public Accounts Committee for the work that they have done in terms of the supplementary budget that we just passed, as well the debate and the exchanges that we had both during the second reading and the Committee of Supply. I appreciate the report that has been provided, and as the Minister of Finance said, the Ministry of Finance will be looking into those recommendations as contained in the Public Accounts Committee report. As I've said, when we resume the 9th of September, we will look at a number of matters there. Of course, the 2023 Supplementary Budget 2023 appropriation is quite straightforward, but it has to be legalized. It has to go through the process. We will also deal with moving a motion to say thank you to the Governor General, speech from the throne, so we can also have the debate during that time when we resume. And there are a number of reports that are now here that we can look at as well, the Committee of the whole House, including the Anti-Corruption Strategy report. So with those remarks, Mr. Speaker, I resume my seat, and I thank all those who have spoken and all members. Your silence means concurrence to the motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister. All members, I will put a question. The question is that at its adjournment on Thursday, 22nd August 2024, Parliament shall adjourn to Monday, 9th September 2024. All those in favour, say aye. Those against, say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The motion is passed. Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I move that Parliament do now adjourn.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister. All members, the question is that Parliament do now adjourn. Will those in favour please say aye? Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Parliament is now adjourned until 9:30 a.m. on Monday, 9th September 2024.